Akshay sir is like one of the best people to work with. He was so good to me. And he was just very sweet. He's a foodie also, which people don't believe. And he was just very sweet.
You know, since I mentioned that there was a common factor, you have also worked with Akshay Kumar, and Freddie has also worked with Akshay Kumar. So before he started working, did you give him any advice or any heads up that how he needs to be
Freddie?
on the set? Yeah. Because you've worked with Akshay sir way before Freddie.
Yeah. Oh, when he was going to work with Akshay? No, not at all. I mean, I think... everyone like finds their own space, and I think Akshay sir is like one of the best people to work with. He was so good to me. एक तो वो पंजाबी factor आ गया, तो he just automatically fell in love with my mom. उनकी जो गप्पें गल्लां वो सब जो चल रही थी, that was great. He's a foodie also, which people don't believe, and he was just very sweet and looked out for me on that set. It was just a few days work, but it's very funny because the amount of people who recognize me from Once Upon a Time in Mumbai Dobara is insane. Like, it's crazy. I'm like, all the time people like come up to me literally, हाँ आप तो अक्षय सर के साथ Once Upon a Time. I'm like, out of everything आपने वो देखा है? Like, it's really funny. But it was lovely working with him, and I would work again with him in a heartbeat. For sure.
How was the vibe on the set? Like, you know...
with him?
With him, yeah.
You know, he did something so amazing. So we shot a couple of days in Muscat, and then we had to shoot back in Bombay. And then I was actually called, I was in New York, and I was on my one rare holiday, and I was called back to shoot a scene with him. जो eventually picture में गया ही नहीं, which was... जो एक holiday था वो भी गया, scene भी गया, but वो होता है. Just letting people know. But the scene in the cricket ground, which is something that everybody remembers a lot, where I tell him, आप बहुत माहिर खिलाड़ी हैं. तो वो सीन के लिए मेरा जो लुक था, हमारे डायरेक्टर साहब थे मिलन जी, उन्होंने बहुत अलग सोचा हुआ था. He was thinking very like Arab jacket, everything like very covered. And Akshay saw me like that, and he was like, what are you wearing? I was like, I know, it's a little like, he's like, no. You need to be like super glam. Like, that is your character. I was like, I know. He's like, so change. I was like, there are no other clothes options. He's like, what do you mean? I said, well, यही look था सबके mind में, तो उन्होंने यही किया है. तो मैंने भी नहीं कुछ सोचा. So he's like, we are not shooting until your look is correct. He literally held up the shoot. Like, he was like, you need to look correct for this, and I want you to be happy as well. No one does that. It was very sweet of him. My boy went running home, brought a change of outfit, changed, हमने फटाफट shoot किया. That says a lot about somebody, because a lot of actors don't care about other people. They're only focused on themselves. But it was really important to him that this character look a certain way, and she looks the part because आगे जो होने वाला है, it should connect. And he was so sure about it. And actually, I think when the director had also seen me in that look, he was like, nee, this was not what I was exactly imagining. We need to change it. So everybody was held up. And that said a lot about him. So yeah, I will never forget that. It's a very sweet gesture.